We are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Hey family, July the 25th is right around the corner. We're going to have a giveaway. These are some of the items, you guys. I try to get it all on here. I could not get all of it on here, but I want to show you. We've got that toddler's motorcycle. We've got coffee makers, bed risers, portable DVD players, gift cards, Subway, Pizza Huts. We've got purses. I think there's about 3 purses. There's a Coach purse. There's a clock purse. And then there's I don't know, it's not a name brand purse, but it's a beautiful purse. Inside and outside, we've got, I think it's a 16 piece pot set, some curling iron, books to help you with your passage through life. It's compassionate prayers and things of that nature. We've got hats, it says Queens on them. You guys, I'm just giving you a little bit of outlook. We got some Tide, Oxy, just a little bit of everything, just to let you see what we've got. And we've got watches with little wallets that match. I'll see you July the 25th at 5 p.m. Central Time. Make sure that you have your tickets.
TeNika Shenette, the plus-size doll. Do you like to shop online but hesitate because of the uncertainty about sizing and the quality of some items? Have you came across an outfit that you love to rock, but girl, you want to know more about the company and how their items run first? I get it. Check out TeNika Shenette, the plus-size doll on YouTube for the latest updates in plus-size fashion and styles. She does the reviews that you can use. Timing is of the essence, but she will reach out to any company if she's not already signed with them. And get that item or a similar item to try it on first and provide that honest review on sizing, quality, and shipping. She does it all and often can get a discount code exclusively for her subscribers. So subscribe now and shop with confidence, knowing if you would size up, size down, or true to size. She also reviews wigs, bundles, hair products. Like I said, she does it all. Measurements are in the description as well as the contact information for business inquiries or collabs. So subscribe today to be a part of the dollhouse where everything is big, bold, and beautiful. The link is in the description box down below.
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Thank you guys for showing up. I know we way early, but I got a lot of stuff done. So I know that We are very early. I want to thank everybody for showing up. Let me see. We got mods in the building. We got members in the building. Thank you guys. Thank you for being members. Thank you for being mods. Thank you for being supporters of this channel. We got Queen Yvette in the house. We got Freddie Johnson. We got Sonia Watts, Cheryl C, Tinky are in here. I seen Pez in here. I see you're going to be in the background. Your dog got a bloody nose. I hear what you're saying. We got Huda in the house. Lisa Calhoun. We got V. Linville. We got Latricia in here. Everybody showing up. KCK is in here. Lisa Taylor. Kimberly Smith. Dee Dee Gibson. How you doing? She says, my grandbaby is watching USP and she is only one. Girl, raise them up in the way you want them to go and they will follow. They will not deter, they say. They will always. You know what I'm saying? We got Unit Loco in the house. How you doing? Julian Berry is in the building. Paula Nichols. Thank you guys for showing up. Don Pride is in here. How you doing? Everybody come on in. Mary Martins is in here. Come on in. Sheila D. I'm trying to speak to everybody that I see. Marcella's in here. How you doing? How's everybody doing? I don't get a chance sometimes to say hello. I was working on some things. Carrie G, how you doing? Connie Branch, how are you? How you doing, Pretty K? Marsha Poole, how you doing? Tina Powers is in here. How you doing? Zan Z Davis is in here. How you doing? I'm trying to speak to everybody that I see. If I didn't speak to you, please say something in the chat so I can speak to you and get to know you. Nancy, how you doing? I see you in here. Everybody, we've got some updates coming up. Dorothy Pruitt, Kimberly Smith, how are you? Tracy, how you doing? Loving God is in the building. Joel Sullivan, I see you. You news, news is in the building. She said you knew. Wilhelmina is in here. Cheryl C, how are you guys doing? Tammy's in the building. Stop the press. Tammy's in the building. Okay, you guys. Thank you guys for showing up. We early. We are an hour and 30 minutes early, but we're going to go over some things. And so by the time 5 o'clock come, we're going to get to this new case that has already took place, you guys, 3 months ago. We're behind. So I want to catch everybody up on what's going on because we are going to follow that case also. It's a case where there's been some negligence on the police department, actually. And then we're going to talk about some things. Jackie, how you doing? Loves Life, how are you? Danielle, how are you? How are you doing? So I want to talk about these things, and I need somebody to talk to. So we're going to talk about this stuff, and we're going to conversate. Shay Bay, how you doing? We're going to conversate. So there is an update in the Samuel Olson case, you guys. There's an update. It's really, they say update. It's really, she just went to court today. That's basically all the update is. I know a lot of people put a lot of other stuff. Update. The news like update. And I'm looking for some more information. They're going to try to go for the death penalty. They figured out with all the information and evidence that they have that she's the one that did the killing. We're just going to call it like we see it. Teresa Balboa. By looking at the text messages and the phone call, she contacted this guy, Benjamin. And whatever she did, she stuck it in the text message or she said it over the phone that he's already gone. She did it. So they're not looking to charge anybody else. So you ain't got to worry about Dalton and Delane or whatever his name is. She said, we're going to conversate. It's VER. Conver. Not conversate. Anyway, yes. So you didn't get notification. Well, I know when we do pop-ups and comes on early, you may not get it, but you do know that we come on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5 p.m. Central Time. I'm just doing a little bit extra because I missed everybody. I wanted to come on my birthday, but you guys, certain people have certain things and certain ways to do things, and I don't want people to make a big stink out of my birthday. It's just a birthday. I mean, I thank God for another day and another year and to see you guys. And but I feel some kind of way when people's like, oh, you. And I don't want the attention on me. I don't want the attention on me. Thank you, Cheryl C. So had not y'all known it was my birthday, I would have just came on. But somebody let the cat out the bag, so I was like, I don't want to go on there. You guys know what I'm saying? So it was hard staying away. I wanted to come on, but I just couldn't get myself to doing it. I just couldn't. But I did have a good birthday. I, went out and finally purchased me a stove. So that's what I did on my birthday. Went to the eye doctor again. I missed my appointment at 11 o'clock. So I ended up going a little late. They let me come in because they was like, it's your birthday. We still going to have to get you in here. And I told you guys what's going on with my eyes. Now, I know you guys want to see me with my contacts on, but they're very irritating. One eye is farsighted and one eye is nearsighted. That's what they found. So it's called something atromeso something, but that's what's going on, and that's why I have so much trouble with just regular glasses that I still can't really see. So we've been trying to get that corrected for the last 6 months, and finally we got it together where that's what's going on with my eyesight. Okay. It don't take that long. It's just my insurance was messed up, and then, my timing was off for the appointment. Anyway, as you come in the building, please hit a thumbs up. Help the algorithm, you guys. And if you didn't hit a thumbs up as you came in the building, go back out, hit a thumbs up, come on back in, and let's get this ball rolling. Everybody know we got a Christmas in July coming up, July the 25th at 5 p.m. We will come on at 4 o'clock, make sure everything is right when it comes down to the tickets, because you guys know, like I know, people come in running at the last minute and say, SP, I didn't get my tickets. Well, I hadn't even seen y'all all month long, but, now you want me to stop, halt, and do it. So what I'm going to do is come on an hour early on the 25th. So whoever needs to get the tickets right, if I didn't give you your tickets, because I didn't go back to everybody and say, hey, let me give you a ticket. I wrote your name down. Now, if you come forward and say, yes, I did give in June, or if I see you in the building, I will say something, but not everybody I say anything. And if you don't know, I come on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12 p.m. Central Time, and we go over whatever needs to be done. And I think pretty much we're caught up with few of some panel stuff for some people and some other little stuff. So I want to give you guys the update first on the Samuel Olson case. Let's talk about that because you guys are the ones that normally follow the Samuel Olson case. And as it gets closer to 5 o'clock, where everybody knows the exactly time that we do show up, then more people come in and we'll talk about the new case. Okay? Is that okay with everybody? So it'll give me a little time to kind of maneuver sharing my computer too. So let's look at this Samuel Olson update. Okay.
Andrea Bell, Andrea common spelling Beall. Today, Ms. Balboa was brought before the court on capital murder charges. We read probable cause to the judge, who did find that there was probable cause in the case to charge her, and we're awaiting her to have an attorney appointed to her.
What happens next?
Next, we take the case before the grand jury. We have 90 days since her in custody date to do that, so since June 1st. And then the grand jury will make a determination again if there's probable cause to proceed with the case, but we're confident that that will be found.
Wow.
What with the tampering with evidence charge?
That will be kept open for now, and the district attorney will make a determination about that at a later date.
And will this go before a committee at the DA's office regarding life and death?
Yes, only the district attorney, Kim Ogg, can make that determination, and so it'll be presented to Capital Review Committee by myself in order for her to make that determination.
Do we know when that would happen?
I'm not sure, no.
What is the bond?
Right now, a bond has not been set in the capital murder, but she's at, I believe, about $600,000 worth of bonds on the tampering and then the assault family member impeding breathing case.
Okay.
For this capital murder charge, can you elaborate how did you guys come about from tampering to capital murder? Is that possible?
So I was reviewing the evidence in terms of the laboratory evidence and the cell phones that we've received, and making sure that we could in fact corroborate the statements of Benjamin Rivera in regards to who was responsible for the death of Samuel Olson. And after reviewing that, I'm confident that I can meet my burden in this case and get justice for little Samuel.
You said in court that she had called him saying that she thinks that she'd killed Sam. Is that what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we were able to corroborate that by looking at the cell phone evidence.
Can you tell us why this charge is in this court, the other one is in 180?
So in Harris County, there's a capital wheel, and anytime a capital murder is filed, that case gets assigned to a court, regardless of if there are already pending charges, and the charges will be attracted from the 180th to the 174th now. Anything else?
That's right.
Okay.
What's next on the case?
Next, I will present this case to the district attorney, Kim Ogg, to determine whether or not she wants to seek death on this case. I will also be presenting the case to grand jury in order for them to make a determination of probable cause as well.
And what's the point of that? What's the point of that?
So the Code of Criminal Procedure.
Hold on.
No worries. The Code of Criminal Procedure requires us to present it to grand jury, but it's just another way for the community to be involved with the case in ensuring that we get justice on behalf of the citizens of Harris County.
And can you elaborate a little bit? You said you're confident that you'll be able to get justice for Samuel?
Yes, I'm just confident that we have the right person and that I will be able to meet my burden in getting justice. And that's the oath that I took, and I plan on adhering to that oath.
Well, the roommate's charges, will they be upgraded as well?
No, not at this time.
And will there be anyone else charged in the case?
I don't believe so, no. Okay.
Wow. Wow. So what we learned there is they're trying to seek for the death penalty. They did ask her, was there anybody else that's going to be charged for, Samuel's murder? And she says no. What she found out was that she was the only one that has done something. You guys understand what I'm saying? So that is exciting to know right now. What do you guys think about that? Hey, Sherry Manning, how you doing? Hey, Dana Harris, how are you? So I wanted to share that with everybody. Like I said, they said, oh, it's an update, it's an update. So remember, Samuel's mother said that she was not going to make any more appearances unless there was, some justice being done. She made the one appearance when they charged Teresa with capital murder. Samuel's mother felt like all wasn't done. They're saying they've got the right person. Now, I want to talk about this a little bit because you see in this case how they're seeking justice for Samuel Olson, and they went to court, and the prosecutor is speaking to the people. You guys, you see what I'm saying? Saying she's sure, she's seen this, she's seen that, and she's explaining in detail what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. Now, check this out. The reason why this was really important to watch this, because she's right. That is her job, to speak to the public and to anyone else about trying to make sure that justice is served. You didn't see the police. You didn't see 8 police standing there backing up another lieutenant or whatever, because they are not supposed to do that. They're not supposed to have town meetings, neighborhood meetings, sitting there saying, we've got who we got. You know what I'm saying? They're not supposed to do that. It's kind of like what I'm trying to explain to you in the Cash Gunner case, where the lieutenant went to the neighborhood meeting and was telling everybody this and that. Now, hey, you know what I'm saying? That was not supposed to be done. That was not supposed to be done. Period, point blank. I guess when you're the lieutenant or whatever, and you think that, you don't have all the information, you didn't have forensics, you had no rights to do something of that nature. I don't know if there's some laws was broke there, but I'm just saying, police is not supposed to speak on situations like that. Lieutenant or chief of police, whatever. You're not the judge and you're not the jury. I don't know what all they have, but that was not supposed to be done. Hey, I know I'm going to say your name wrong. I always say Eda B, and it's Eda B, I guess. Eda B. Hey, Candy Richardson and Shirley. Sonia Watts says out of order. Yeah, I believe it was out of order. And I don't like when people do things like that. I don't know how you guys feel, but I don't like it. It's like you're throwing something at me and you giving me a narrative. And what if your narrative, you're leaving out certain things? You're giving everybody a narrative, but you're not giving us the whole information. Now, I'm not saying you're right or you're wrong. I'm just saying, being the police, your job is to arrest people, put them in jail, and make sure your police officers is doing their job. Your job is not to go to these functions, these rallies, lynchings, or whatever, and speak what you want to speak because you the arresting officer or you know something that nobody else knows. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm like, I just don't like that. That is corrupt. It is very corrupt. It's very corrupt. So that's why I got a little, agitated when I seen that. And it still bothers me today, that meeting that they had. Because first of all, and this is what I want to tell people, whether that was DB that was walking in the room that 5 o'clock or not, we still don't know how he got in the house. That don't make sense. We don't know if somebody said, go get the kid and bring the kid to me. We don't know who all was up. We're just taking one person's word just because we see a video and say, yeah, he did it. And you want everybody to be on board. And what I'm saying is, I'm not going to argue with nobody. People be like, it's him. It's not him. It's not him. It's him. You know what? That I don't, it don't really bother me. If it was him or if it wasn't him, that don't bother me. What bothers me is I want to know right at the beginning, how'd you get in? You ain't missed too much, JoJo, baby. I want to know how'd you get in? The neighbors said they didn't hear you. The dogs didn't hear you. All the people in the house. How did you get in that house? If that is you, how would you have got in? Because I don't believe you broke in and nobody heard you. You got to break in the garage, which they say it was already broken. Then you got to break in a door that's got a deadbolt and a lock that's backwards, and still nobody hears you. And then you just walked out with the baby like this. And then, and you guys don't understand this, there was something else. They said he went down this street. And for the life of me, when Cameron was talking about he was outside and he didn't have no socks and no shoes on or whatever, he said he went, he went around the block. He pointed towards this way. What he was doing was he was pointing towards the left. Standing in front of his house, he pointed towards the left. And then he stopped and then he says, and then I went that way. To make sure, you guys, to make sure everybody knew that he went the other way too. He said, then I went that way. So if they got any information or any evidence that there's blood or something or whatever, or got him on camera or something going the other direction, he could say, well, that's what I said. So I'm looking at that case and I'm going, something is being covered up. Period, point blank. Hey, Dihala is in the building. She said, I'm still at work, but my earbuds is in. Yeah, something is not right about the milk. Sonia Watt says, a little too much information rehearsed. Then Monica said, I got it recorded. Yes, she did. She went to the news reporter while he was in the house filming the house, and she says, I got a recording of it. Do you want to see it? That makes me go, hey, hold up. You didn't want all this smoke. And then when people not believing everything you saying, because there's more to it. Nobody want to look deeper. Hey, MTGV News TV. MTGV TV. MTGV TV. Got you. Lori, how you doing? Skeet, I'm going to send you the picture of that big old open spot on the other side of the garage that Cameron failed to show. How did DB could have walked in? Well, if you're holding the child like this, how did you even walk back out? Through the living room, the kitchen area, dining area, in the kitchen, through the garage, and you've got this, and you're walking with the kid like that. I don't know, you guys. They had enough hours to set it all up. They didn't love those boys. All fake. I know they didn't love those boys. And that's what makes me mad. They did not love those boys. She had no rights to having those kids. And you know what? Hey, Naomi, how you doing? The motive is extremely important. Yeah, the motive is extremely important. We're going to talk a little bit. So I'm reading your guys' comments, and it ain't even 4 o'clock yet. So like I said, I wanted to talk about it. And, you know, it doesn't sound rehearsed. Cheryl said it doesn't sound rehearsed. It doesn't sound rehearsed. She said it doesn't sound rehearsed. Let's see here. Let me see if I got any of these. Let's see.
Sweetest little boy. He loved everybody. The biggest smile ever.
Maury lived in the same home as the 4-year-old. He says he woke up and the child was missing.
I got up. I'm talking about in my shorts, no socks, no shoes, no shirt. Running around the neighborhood looking for him. And I run down over there.
Did you hear what he said? Ran down the neighborhood looking for him. Then he paused and he thought, then I run down there. I'm telling you guys. And remember, I was telling you the street is called Isom, I-S-O-M. They said that Darian took the child down Isom Street. That's Isom Street that he was pointing to after he had to think about it. Then I ran down there. I don't know. If he was my son, I would slap him silly, Mary said. They had no love for them boys. No. I'm going to tell you something. I be trying to get off this case. I really do be trying to get off of it. But I think about it more and more every day. I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm sorry. I think about it. And I think, hey, Ruby Turner, how you doing? Why would somebody set Darian up? Was the child already gone? They running with Teresa Balboa case, with the Samuel Olson case. They're already looking for the death penalty. She got caught June the 1st. Now, in the Cash Gurner case, that Darian Brown was arrested May the 15th. That's 15 days before Teresa was. When they were looking for Samuel, Darian Brown was arrested. You're a little bit late, Pam. The update on the Samuel Olson case, they're only seeking, we'll look, let me see if I have it still. I'll share it with you again because we came on a little bit early, just chit-chatting, but I'll share it because it helps me to practice what I need to do here.
is your name?
Andrea Bell, Andrea common spelling Beall.
What happened in court today?
Today, Ms. Balboa was brought before the court on capital murder charges. We read probable cause to the judge, who did find that there was probable cause in the case to charge her, and we're awaiting her to have an attorney appointed to her.
What happens next?
Next, we take the case before the grand jury. We have 90 days since her in custody date to do that, so since June 1st. And then the grand jury will make a determination again if there's probable cause to proceed with the case, but we're confident that that will be found.
What happens with the tampering with evidence charge?
That will be kept open for now, and the district attorney will make a determination about that at a later date.
And will this go before a committee of the DA's office regarding life and death?
Yes, only the district attorney, Kim Ogg, can make that determination, and so it'll be presented to capital review committee by myself in order for her to make that determination.
Do you know when that will happen?
I'm not sure, no.
What is her mom?
Right now, a bond has not been set in the capital murder, but she's at, I believe, about $600,000 worth of bonds on the tampering and then the assault family member impeding breathing case.
Okay.
For this capital murder charge, can you elaborate how did you guys come about from tampering to capital murder? Is that possible?
So I was reviewing the evidence in terms of the laboratory evidence and the cell phones that we've received, and making sure that we could in fact corroborate the statements of Benjamin Rivera in regards to who was responsible for the death of Samuel Olson. And after reviewing that, I'm confident that I can meet my burden in this case and get justice for little Samuel.
You said in court that she had called him saying that she thinks that she'd killed Sam. Is that what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we were able to corroborate that by looking at the cell phone evidence.
Can you tell us why this charge is in this court, the other one is in 180?
So in Harris County, there's a capital wheel, and anytime a capital murder is filed, that case gets assigned to a court regardless of if there are already pending charges, and the charges will be attracted from the 180th to the 174th now. Anything else?
That's right.
Okay.
What's next? What's next on the case?
Next, I will present this case to the district attorney, Kim Ogg, to determine whether or not she wants to seek death on this case. I will also be presenting the case to grand jury in order for them to make a determination of probable cause as well.
And what's the point of that? What's the point of that?
So the Code of Criminal Procedure.
Hold on. Sorry.
No worries. The Code of Criminal Procedure requires us to present it to grand jury, but it's just another way for the community to be involved with the case in ensuring that we get justice on behalf of the citizens of Harris County.
And can you elaborate a little bit? You said you're confident that you'll be able to get justice for Samuel?
Yes, I'm just confident that we have the right person and that I will be able to meet my burden in getting justice. And that's the oath that I took, and I plan on adhering to that oath.
Well, the romance charges, will they be upgraded as well?
No, not at this time.
And will there be anyone else charged in the case?
I don't believe so, no. Okay.
Okay. People's texting me. So, enlightened one says need all those responsible to face charges and getting full justice for cash. So yeah, in great love, how are you doing? So yeah, I'm not understanding that in the Sam Olson case, anyone as just joining us, welcome. Oh, Tina's saying welcome to everybody. See if they are so confident about DB, then exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's like they went to the people trying to get everybody on board in the smear campaign before even the information came back. And so when they tell us not to do that, then Why would someone else do that? You know what I'm saying? That's weird. That's really weird to me. Okay. Anyway, you guys, that is the only update in the case. Exactly. It's about a smear campaign to get everybody's adrenaline going. And everybody's like, okay, because you get it out there and you're like, hey, yeah, this is it, you know? Now, what if the police, did not get all the information right? And got everybody angry and upset. Mary says, SP, no one is hearing about the neighbor that was going on too many platforms. You're right. What's the question, Naomi? He is quiet now. I believe Trevor Garner, Monica, and Cameron are going to be charged too. Well, I don't know what your belief is, but I don't see it. There was a reason why, you know, people want to take Trevor running and not being seen, and then his child passed away, and he throws this statement in there. Nobody knows if it's him or if it wasn't him, and he doesn't even go say anything. Hey, Teresa, how are you doing? Excellence in the building. The police did not got that case right. I just don't think they care. I don't think they care either. I think they have someone, and it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. But you guys, seems as if this case is signed, sealed, and delivered. Yes, it is. I think that they do know more information than what we do know. That's true. That's just common sense. But, and I'm not saying it's him or it isn't him at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know. But I do know one thing that doesn't make sense to me. Teresa, I thank you for the super chat. And that is let me write your last name on here because we got some more Teresas. Here's your ticket. 063. Thank you for the super chat. What doesn't make sense to me, we do your super chat because we ain't did a super chat day. Teresa is way more than enough. Thank you. See, that's what people don't understand. Something's better than nothing. And, you know, hey, it don't matter I appreciate the thought. Thank you very much for helping this channel. All of it together is gonna help, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Through Super Chat and PayPal, Dee, or that's the only way. And so you new news got something to say, call on in. New news. I just can't stay on the phone with you all day, but come on, call on in, because we've got a new case we're going to talk about. I want everybody to get familiar with it. It's been going on for 3 months. We're behind. We need to get right back into the things that we do. This is SP. I can't hear you. Hold on.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good.
Good.
You knew I was going to get on and tell you this.
All right.
It's not DB. It doesn't matter how many times anybody that tells me, oh, you can't be sure. I know it's not DB at night. I know it. I can see it's not him at night. I don't understand why nobody else sees what I see. I see it's not DB. I know one thing. They're gonna take this case real bad if they keep doing this, where they can say it's him and that's it. They're tainting it, especially with all the stuff they did prior to trying to say it's him. Before they brought him in. And they were like, oh, we know who it is. We know who it is automatically. No, you don't know who it is. You're guessing who it is because you're going by what Monica said. And that is not what you're supposed to be doing. You don't go by what other people say. You're supposed to go by what your evidence says.
Right.
So how are you so sure you have the person? Because of hearsay? That's not how you work in court. You don't go by hearsay. That's going to be considered third party. That's not going to be what's going to go down in that courthouse unless you got a bunch of tank crap going on, and then he's going to end up getting off with a what do they call that? When they mess up in court and then they have to shut everything down and just be like, okay, that's it. Yeah, he's not. He's going to let go because of the bull that went on with all the lies and the stories that came out of it, because they went by what one person said or that family said. I keep forgetting what they call it, but it's basically it's like the case with OJ, where the kid, so you must have quit, that type of thing.
Right.
Just like the face don't fit, you got to let him go. It's not him. Get him for whatever he did, but don't get him for what somebody else did. Like that. That's what I'm talking about. Because it's not him. Not his face.
Dee says there is a reason why Monica went to the media first. It's the smoke screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Nobody.
So Cynthia
can't. I've never heard of anybody going straight to that unless they're doing something wrong and they're trying to cover their tracks. That's what they're doing. They're trying to cover their tracks. That's why they went to the media first versus the cops taking care of what they need to take care of step by step.
Right.
Just like Cameron with the step 1, step 2, he did this, he did that. Okay, well, the cops got to take their steps in. You guys went and bombarded it with a stupid video that's not even DB. You edited it. It's edited. You could tell it's edited. Nobody tell me it's edited. It's edited. You could see that it's edited.
Well,
I'm sorry I feel so wholeheartedly about this, but I mean, that case has been, you know how you say it's bothering you and you're trying to get off of it, but you just keep going right back to it? I feel the same way. I am very bothered by this case. And I'm very bothered that they were able to charge 3 people with this little, I'm not going to say the child, by who, I'm talking about the Samuel case. They literally got that case, boom, 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 done. Now this one is because of, I don't want to say that type of person's skin color is, but it just went straight to whatever the Caucasian people said. I'm not going to clean it up. That's it. The Caucasian people. They went with whatever the Caucasian people said.
Right.
That's what's going on.
That's what's going on. See, and I think that they have botched up the investigation and they can't go back because they didn't take the bed. They already when the police was there, they were looking around like, how did he get in? Okay, if you're telling me it's the garage and the garage door, that's evidence when you walked in, that's the door you walked in, or they showed you. But you're in the room looking like, how did he get in? So you knew that he couldn't have got in by that garage door, the entrance by the garage door. They knew that. So tell me something. Because they have him on, well, there's 2 counts of, burglarizing. So that's breaking in an entry or something, right?
Okay.
So I'm not debating February the 8th. I don't know what happened there, wasn't there, and I don't know. And that ain't even really important right now. This is what's more important. So how did he get in?
Okay. First of all, he didn't. They don't have any proof that he did. They're just going by what those people are saying, and Monica's house is saying. They're going by what they say. Nobody else is saying. They're not going by, oh, we got his footsteps going in there. Because you can, if there's evidence, if there's evidence of him walking in with his shoes, even that's not going to even work out, because literally that DB has always been in that house, so they can't even use that as evidence. They would have to use evidence that's something that's not, that there's no way, like maybe they just mopped it up and then his footsteps come walking in, kind of thing. I mean, that kind of evidence, just like I said, it's not him. He can't walk in and he can't walk out with, walk into that door, let alone walk out with a child in his hands. That's just not going to happen. He walked, like you saw Cameron, he had to walk in sideways.
Right.
And DB he's a little thicker than Cameron.
Well, and so while he was walking like this with the kid, how did he even get him and the kid out the door?
Exactly. Oh, you're trying to tell me he left the door open, the garage is all wide, all the doors were wide open for that, but then just when you showed us, when you walked into that door, that it just literally had where he couldn't even open it any further, but it opened up enough for DB to walk out with a baby in his hands and go through that house, through that maze of trash, and get out without you guys hearing anything? No, I'm sorry.
I tell you what, Cameron said on an interview, they got a lot of cameras. They got a lot of cameras. And why is it so hard for Heath Harris to get the rest of the cameras? Because see, when a child is missing and you done called 911 and you got all these cameras in your house, they're going to show you're calling at 10:50 in the morning. Okay, here's the thing. She said she woke up at 10 o'clock, but she didn't make the call. Then she says, they said, well, when did you call? She said, I called immediately, like 10 minutes. You said you woke up at 10 o'clock, but the phone call that you call 911 is at 10:50. You said you woke up at 10 o'clock and you called immediately. Why immediately is what? An hour later.
Right. Almost an hour later. Exactly.
All the things that she's saying is all this little stuff is not adding up.
Yeah, and then him saying they got cameras. Come on now. You showed one camera, but you're not going to show us the rest of your cameras?
Exactly. And let me tell you something.
With the child, you're lying.
And here's the thing. They wanted to show that because that gonna get her some money. She sold the video. Now, if you really love this child, you wouldn't have sold that video. You wouldn't have sold the video. That would have been for you and the family to keep that and not everybody see that. That was not something that we should have all. I'm glad that we got to see it because this is what you guys are saying, but we shouldn't have seen that. To be honest with you, we shouldn't. And she was caught saying, he didn't ask for it or anything. She brought it up and said, hey, I got the video. You want to see it?
Yep.
I'm like, oh my God, Lee. And now she wants to go in hiding,
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. I don't know.
Yep.
It's unbelievable.
They messed this case up from the beginning. They messed it up. That's just like when they arrest somebody and they don't tell them they're, you're under arrest, you may remain silent, all that. If they don't do that, they mess up a case. They can literally mess up a case by not doing that. Their Miranda rights. If they don't give them the Miranda rights, they mess up the case. I've seen that happen multiple times. So to me, they messed up this case by going out with it and listening to what Monica said. And then they went, I don't understand how everybody attacked DB after the fact. But you guys weren't saying anything before that. I don't see anything happen before that where everybody's like, everybody has something that he did wrong to them. Where y'all getting? You guys are all coming up with a story. Everybody's coming up with some kind of story. To me, I don't believe half of those officers said anything. The only thing I believe is when he was at that gate and I seen him. That's it. I don't believe nothing else. I don't believe when he was at the person was at the car. I don't believe it was him. I don't believe it because it's all masked. Anything that's in mask or anything that's he's covering his face is not him. You seen with when he had the hammer, he had the hammer and he was hitting the camera. That's him as well. So that's the only thing I believe. I don't believe anything else that's been going on with those cameras with people saying, "Oh, that's him," and it's not him because you don't know for sure because he's got a mask on. You can't even tell it's him or not. The only thing you can tell is the ones where his face is not covered. He doesn't cover anything.
Yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, so if they want to say the reason why, okay, so the motive is he just did it to do it because he could, or it's not for revenge, it's not for this, it's not for that, but he did it because he wanted to do it or something. If he did it because he wanted to do it, then why do he comes in with a hoodie over his head in the middle of the night with sweatpants on? It's summertime. It's hot in Texas. Mm-hmm. So he got sweatpants on and like I said, and then a hoodie jacket in the summertime. Mm-hmm. It's summer. I went back on the time and when the sun rises in that day, May the 15th, sun rises at 6:28. How hot it was and everything, what the temperature was. I wouldn't have been wearing some sweatpants. Then on top of that, you got a mask on. You're visiting somebody's house or you're at someone's house. That doesn't make sense to me that you're finna go do a crime and you go put a mask on.
In the night, but not in the day.
In the night. In the night. And then you got some sunglasses on.
Mm-hmm. From my understanding, those are that's Cameron's grandpa's glasses.
Well, they said some dark sunglasses as far as the evidence.
How do they see, where do they see dark glasses? Because we could see their eyes. We could see the person's eyes at night. You cannot see sunglasses in the night. There's no way to see somebody's eyes. I mean, you can't see their eyes with sunglasses.
The evidence that they have and they wrote down was some dark, they said dark sunglasses. Dark sunglasses.
Okay. I mean, I didn't see, all I saw was straight eyes. I didn't see, any dark, anything. I could see what the eyes look like.
Right.
They look like Cameron's.
Right.
It's ridiculous. They need to let that, let him charge him for whatever he actually did, not for what you want him to, want to charge him for.
When a person covers their face and when they cover their face and their hair down here, there's a reason why you got the mask on down here and not across your mouth. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? If you're worried about getting some kind of contamination, you would be covering your mouth. Exactly. But you're not covering your mouth. You're covering your chin so people can see how much hair you have on your chin.
Exactly. If it's because of coronavirus and everything, don't you think you'd be covering your nose and your mouth?
Yeah. If you're really hiding your face, why do you got your mask way down here underneath your chin?
They're using the day that Darian had, and he was against. Remember that the fence, the picture with him at the fence, or the video at the fence. his chin. That's why, because they're copying him. They're making it more so like he did it, because they showed a video of him walking or wearing with the mask on his chin. He wasn't wearing it on his face. He was wearing it on his chin. So it's like, oh, well, Darian did that, so we'll go ahead and copy that as well. That's another thing. The other thing I want to.
Hello?
Hello?
What you say?
Huh?
I didn't hear you. What you say?
No, I said, remember when Cameron was saying this and that and this and this? It wasn't because he wanted payback or this and this. The way he was saying it, just like you just repeated it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's because Cameron is saying it's a subliminal message that it's them, because they're the ones who are saying, oh, we had issues, we had problems, we're doing this because of that. Why would he say it was that? Because it was that for you guys. That's why. It's a subliminal message. If you listen to what he's saying something without saying it, but people are not getting that. Like, he's saying something about Darian, but it's about them. They're using him as this is them who's having that problem with whatever was going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're using what he said. So Cameron is saying he did this. It's not because of this. It's not because of that. But it is because of this. It's because of that. It's not Darian. It's you. You guys have that. It's because of this. It's because of that. Whatever the issue that you had with his family or dad or whoever, you guys took it out on that poor little baby. That's what happened. That's what happened.
Okay.
That's what happened. Whatever issue they had with their dad, with his dad, they took it out on him.
Right. Okay.
Or it could have been, an accident, but they wanted to blame it on somebody else. Maybe it was an accident and he overdosed on their meth. I don't know. I can't tell you for sure if that's what it was, because the boy looked like he was not, like he didn't look like he was alive at all. He looked like he passed. It could have been, he got into their drugs, or they could have given him drugs for all we know, and then they finished it off by trying to make it look like Darian did it. And they're the ones who finished it off by doing what they did to make it, they were just covering themselves. They're covering their tracks.
And like, we don't know, like, what happened that night, but, and we don't know if Darian was over there or he's seen it or he's involved. We don't know, but it's not just cut dry like they're trying to pronounce it and bring it to us. It's not just cut dry like that. It's just not.
It's not. I mean, let's just say, I'm not going to say that. Let's just make the scenario. It's DB. Okay, yeah, whatever. Everybody says. Okay. Let's just say, how did he do it by himself? He couldn't have. Even a person who doesn't have schizophrenic or has mental issues would not be able to do it. Not going to happen. It's not. It's not going to happen that easy. You're just going to walk into your house and take off with a child without nothing, without making it that easy. We're lifting them up and taking them out the door and all. It's not that easy. So whatever happened, it's going to come out. But I have to go because my husband's calling me.
Okay.
All right. Bye, sweetie.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So there's more to this story, you guys. There's more to the story. Anyway, I wanted to, like I said, I'm sorry that you guys will have other stuff, and we just gonna have to talk about that case there. That case, something not right about it. And, we'll see. Mary says the truth will come to the light. Sometimes, Mary, the truth don't come out because, people that has power and money and the right color, it just be like that. And we see a lot of that, and That's just a problem. But I mean, anyway, I want to share something with you guys. Here's another case coming up. We want to follow this case. It is 4:31. I'm going to go ahead and get into the commentary. I'm going to get on into it. Exactly, Tracy. We never found out what happened to Braylon. Well, I'm going to tell you what happened. What happened, Tracy? I'm going to tell you what happened. I can't tell you what happened to Braylon, but I can tell you when other people was like, leave the case alone. Stop talking about the case. Let the police handle it. You know what? And they did handle it. And now nobody talks about the Braylon case. They didn't find the killer, which could have been only two people in the house, mama and the grandma. I'm just being honest with you. Something happened to the baby. Baby didn't fall out the window, walk country miles, get lost, come back and throw itself in the pool. And people need to wake up. And people get mad because you bring some awareness to it. And they say, shut up, leave it alone. Well, when everybody tells you to shut up and leave it alone, and you ain't from Ohio, you don't know nothing about Toledo, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and we're going to take care of it. Take care of it. And guess what happened? Now nobody knows what happened to the baby. The baby just gone. I even told you guys, I did already talk to the family. Everybody's like, SPU, I don't have to lie to you or nobody else. And I said to you guys, they're going to cremate the body. They was like, who does that? Who does that? They don't cremate little babies' bodies. They got GoFundMe and everything and send it to the bank and all this other stuff. So they had enough money to bury the child or whatever. And then I said, well, what did they do? Because I got off the case. You know what? You think you know? Okay. Lady came on here. What's she saying? She said, I went to the funeral. It was really nice. And the baby really wasn't there. And da-da-da-da-da. So what did they do with the baby? They cremated the body. I said, of course. They don't want it to have to come back up and find new, improved technology and find out what they did to that child. And yeah, exactly, Heidi. When they say shut up, we need to say stand up. Exactly. Stand up. I like that. When they say shut up, we say stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. But they get kind of territorial. They think just because it's in their city, like you got no jurisdiction over here. You can't say nothing about Toledo. I was like, you know what? It's not about clicks and views. You trying to get awareness that something's not right. No, you're getting clicks and views. Girl. And you know, I'm going to tell you guys something. People, when they want justice, you're going to hear a lot of noise. When people want justice, you hear a lot of noise. I'm just being honest. That girl ain't came on and said, thank you, Toledo police. I'm mourning. She done went her life, her merry way and everything. Anyway, you guys, I want to share with you a case that's been going on We're going to stay in the Texas area. Let's talk about it a little bit. I want to get you guys familiar with it. Okay? Nene says clicks and views equals exposure. These stories should not go silent. Exactly. I want to share with you guys about a young lad named Marvin Scott. If you haven't heard about this situation, it happened about 3 months ago. He got arrested, and why he was arrested, he died in custody of the jail. The family has been speaking out, wondering what happened to their loved one. He was in jail. They finally released the video today with no sound, but no sound. And let me tell you something. They want justice. She said, let's stay in Texas. They want justice. So let me see which one. Okay. Hey, Rita Banks is in the house. Hey, Rita. Hold on. And I'm going to share my screen because I'm starting to learn how to do it really well. Okay. Family, can you guys hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. I'm starting to share my screen. Tracy says, no, haven't heard of him. You're going to hear about him tonight, and we're going to stay on this case. Thank you, everybody. Let me know that you can hear me and you can see the screen. Because sometimes you guys think that I can see the screen, but I can't see the screen sometimes when I pull in my screen. And so I'm going to first share this one with you guys. This is April the 28th, 2021.
Supporters prayed at the courthouse before family of Marvin Scott III viewed video showing how the 26-year-old died in custody at the Collin County Jail. The family later spoke.
Today was a very, very difficult day.
This is April the 28th.
What we seen today was horrific, inhumane, very disheartening.
On March 14th, Allen police arrested Scott for alleged possession of less than 2 ounces of marijuana. Police took him to the hospital first, then to the jail. The sheriff said while in custody, he started exhibiting strange behavior. The family says Scott suffered from schizophrenia, and they say police knew it. Family's attorney said the video clearly shows Scott suffering from a schizophrenic episode.
There were clear, open signs that even the untrained eye could have observed that Marvin Scott needed help. Instead, he received brutality.
Detention officers tried to secure him to a restraint bed. At one point, they pepper sprayed him and put a spit mask on his face. He died hours later.
He was treated as someone who was being criminally non-compliant, not as someone in need of desperate help.
The Collin County Sheriff said the detention officers involved violated multiple policies and procedures. The sheriff fired 7 of them. 1 more resigned. So far, 1 got their job back after an appeal.
Did you hear what they said? 7 officers got fired. Did you guys hear that? Put a 1 in the chat. I'm introducing to you guys this case that happened that we have not been hearing about. So I want you guys to know about it because this is going to be a big, huge case. This is not going to be a small case. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Ain't no justice in this town.
For weeks, hundreds protested.
Arrest the officers now.
Now, after watching the video,
justice has to be served.
The family is renewing their call for action.
I feel that the officers involved have to be arrested.
In McKinney, I'm Alex Rozier.
Okay. Now, Mary says, why haven't we heard about this? I don't know. But let me tell you, the family spoke today. So, hold on.
45 days since his...
Hold on. Let me share that with you.
"45 days since his death, and the message here has not changed.
We're done with being patient or kind."
Marvin Scott III died in custody in the Collin County Jail in mid-March, first arrested by Allen police for alleged possession of less than 2 ounces of marijuana.
Thank you all for being here.
On Wednesday at the courthouse, only the family saw jail video of his last moments.
Today was a difficult day.
What we've seen today was horrific, inhumane, and we want these individuals arrested immediately.
We learned 6 detention officers were directly involved in restraining Scott, who the family says was in a schizophrenic episode.
He was brutalized. He was maced. He was restrained physically. Several officers kneeled on top of him.
The medical examiner released findings Wednesday afternoon that Scott's death was homicide.
What these men did in failing to respond properly was a criminal act.
They are seeking charges, arrests, convictions.
And transparency is going to be key.
Attorney Lee Merritt says Scott needed a mental health facility, not jail. The officers' names have not been released. The video has not been made public. The Rangers say this is an ongoing investigation. Also, Wednesday, newly released public records show that the Collin County Sheriff, Jim Skinner, sent letters in March to the DA, the Texas Rangers, and the Attorney General asking to release the video.
Look at his face! Remember this face!
Those here are asking, do they need to spell this out? What they want are arrests, and not for it to take another 45 days.
We're going to take his name and turn it into a movement and a power and a positive change.
In Collin County, I'm Joe Buchanan. 45 days.
Okay. Now, I have introduced the family to you guys and what happened, so we are caught up. Now, this content, I warn you guys, we have the video. I want to share it with you so everybody will know. If you cannot stomach it, please turn off your computer, or it is probably about, I think, 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Are you guys ready to see the video that they released of the last moments of Marvin Scott's life? Okay. We got some ones in the building. Thank you.
Complete story, but we share what we know. Knowing full context is impossible.
We want to warn you. What you are about to see shows the last minutes of a man's life.
There is no sound, just video from inside the jail from the moment Scott arrived until his death. Jobin Paniker walks us through it.
What you are about to see is the last moments of Marvin Scott's life. In a 40-minute video, images that are disturbing. The video you see is taken from cameras in the jail. There is no audio, which would tell a more complete story, but we share what we know. Knowing full context is impossible.
These guys have a split second to make a decision.
We are getting help from Lance Lowry, nearly 30 years in police and corrections, now an expert on training and protocols. Timestamped at 10:04, Scott was first met by one officer at his cell. One became four. His one arm is wrapped around a slot in the cell door, and that is when the struggle starts. Marvin is escorted to another room, placed on a restraint bed. There are 6 officers tending to him. Scott appears calm. Officers start with lower body restraints. It appears Scott is saying something. Without audio, we'll never know. 4 minutes in, detention officers struggle with Scott on the bed, and officers sprays him with mace inches from his face. They put on a spit hood, a piece of breathable fabric commonly used by officers to prevent someone from spitting or biting. 7 minutes in, his legs are restrained. He tries to get up, the first of several times. Officers force him back down. One officer has a knee to his side.
You're not supposed to place restraints where it constricts the airway. And you can see in the video that it went up into his diaphragm area.
While officers struggle with the restraints, Scott's legs start flapping. Minutes later, Scott is seen trying to lift his head. He's pinned down. We see 2 officers place their knees on Scott. 19 minutes into the video, something happens. Officers are in a frenzy. Scott appears motionless. Restraints are taken off and the chest compressions begin. They would do compressions for 13 straight minutes.
The biggest issue I saw here was lack of training. When it's used correctly, you don't see circumstances like this.
Even with the help of other personnel in blue scrubs who appear to be medical providers. At one point, we counted 14 people in that little room. 33 minutes in, an automatic chest compressor is installed. Scott is ultimately transferred to a gurney and rushed out of the room.
It's a lot to take in there. Jobin joins us live now. Jobin, we know Scott's family saw that video. Is there a response from his family tonight?
We're waiting to hear from their family. We do know they've been pushing for the release of this video for a very long time. Now, I had a chance to talk with Sheriff Jim Skinner with the Collin County Sheriff's Office. He says he's not going to comment right now. He has 7 detention officers who are trying to get their jobs back. In order to do that, they have to go through the Civil Service Commission. The sheriff does say that is planned for September. Cynthia, back to you.
All right, Jobin, we know you will continue to stay on top of this one, and you can read much more about this case online. Just head to WFAA.com.
What do you guys think? So the family made a huge statement today. I was watching in awe today, trying to figure out yeah, this is happening all over the world, you guys. Yeah. She said that was hard to watch. I get it. I understand. I know it was very hard to watch it. That's wrong. It's so sad. Yes. Yes. The mother came on today, and I think it was like a 27-minute video. And I don't know if I have it. I don't know if I have it. Let me take this out. Let me see. They spoke in one of the videos, and I don't know which one it is. And it was just so disturbing to me that, let me try to find it. Let me see. Let me try to find it if it's this one right here.
the in-custody death last month of 26-year-old Marvin Scott III in Collin County, Texas. After being restrained at the county jail, including the use of pepper spray and being placed in what's called a spit hood following a misdemeanor marijuana arrest, 7 officers were fired on Thursday in connection with Scott's.
In the opening, the spit hood that caused asphyxiation, and similar to George Floyd, there was another officer who climbed on top of Mr. Scott and placed a knee in order to hold him down and in order to put him in a restraint bed.
After these officers were fired, you tweeted that Mr. Scott's family is, quote, relieved but anxious to see these men arrested and held criminally accountable. We also know there's body camera as well as security footage from the jail that's now part of the investigation by the Texas Rangers who took over the case. Should that be released publicly, you think?
We certainly want to see it released to the family. We think that the Collin County community is owed a debt of transparency. And so we do want to see the video released publicly. And when the family met with Sheriff Skinner, he promised them 3 different times that as soon as his administrative investigation was complete, that our office would receive a copy of the file in order to prepare our civil claims. And so, that video is what's causing the family such angst. They know that everyone who has seen that video from the administrative side, from the Texas Rangers, have concluded that something went completely awry and that the men involved should be held accountable. And the family is anxious to see that video.
Now, it's been reported that Mr. Scott had mental health issues, including a prior diagnosis of schizophrenia, and he was first taken to an emergency room before jail. How has the sheriff's office responded on why he was taken into custody after less than 2 ounces of marijuana?
So Mr. Scott had a 2-year diagnosis of schizophrenia. He had been taken to a treatment facility on previous occasions when stopped by the police when he was under an episode. This time he was taken to this detention facility for less than 2 ounces of marijuana. In most jurisdictions, that would have either been stomped out or been a cite and release. Instead, he was taken into custody, and during his episode, we know that he was brutalized and killed. That is not what we expect for some of our most vulnerable citizens, individuals suffering mental health crisis. And the family is anxious to see what happens next to these officers.
And Lee, at this point, what concerns you most? Because it seems like the sheriff is taking this matter seriously. There's been disciplinary action taken, and an investigation is being conducted by a third party. But at this point, because I know you work these kinds of cases across the country, what here for you doesn't pass the smell test at this point?
Our biggest concern is the failure to release that video. We know if it's exculpatory evidence, that evidence would be out already, explaining that the officers were doing exactly what they were trying to do. We're concerned that there's been so much whispering in the back room about what that video actually shows. We're afraid that it may be worse than what we actually believe. And so the family is really looking forward to seeing that video and knowing for themselves what happened to Marvin Scott III.
Sure. In the family's view, could this have been handled differently as a mental health case?
That's correct. It should have been handled differently. No one should ever have to go into custody because of less than 2 ounces of marijuana. In fact, in the region, the law enforcement is considering changing their policies to not allow for individuals that were going through something like Marvin Scott was going through to be taken into custody.
Okay. And finally, you've represented a number of cases involving the deaths of Black men and women at the hands of police across the country.
Okay. Okay. I've got channel holders in my chat doing something you got no business doing. This is a warning. I'm just going to be honest with you. Next time, you're blocked. Okay? I don't even really let channel holders come in here. But I can't allow it, and I'm not going to let it keep happening. Okay? So this is your warning. I might even just block all channel holders from this chat because I don't come to your chat soliciting my channel. I don't do that. I don't care who you are. I don't do that, and I don't want it done to me. We're trying to have a conversation here, and if that's your whole prerogative is to come over here to solicitate your channel, whatever the conversation is, it's too much. Okay? I don't appreciate it. You got a channel, go live on your channel and bring them in over there. Don't come over here soliciting your channel. That is very rude, very disrespectful. I have let a lot of stuff go by, and I'm just not going to take it no more. You see what I'm saying? Don't do it. We all have to work for what we have. That's rude, very rude. I have let a lot of stuff go by, and now I have put my foot down. I'm going to just let you guys know. I have let a lot of stuff go by. I'm to the point where I'm just going to, I don't know. I've been thinking, okay, if you have a channel or something, I usually block you so you cannot come into the live. I don't care who you are. Even little stuff. People's like, oh, I'm just speaking to the people. You're speaking to everybody so they can get to know you. You're not even in the conversation. I got mods to speak to people. For real. I mean, it's a lot of stuff being done. A lot. And I don't like it. And I'm tired of being nice. So if I see it again, you block for good. I don't care who you are. We're trying to have a conversation. It's okay to speak to the people, but we're having the conversation. But I do have mods to speak to the people, and they do speak, and they speak to everyone very well. Anyway, I want to say thank you, Layla Bell, for the coming a member. Here's your numbers right here, 940-940 twice. Here, right here. I don't even think it's up there. I'm too blessed to be stressed. Exactly. I see you, Huda. I see you. It's too far to get back. We were trying to have a conversation before 5 o'clock got here. And things just got, it's like people be wanting to, you done already gave them shout outs. They be like, hand me your whole channel. Girl, I just can't do it. Now you done made me say something in front of everybody. Sipping with blue eyes. You done made me say something in front of everybody. Lord have mercy. Lord, Lord, Lord. Just wasn't going to stop. Just kept going and going and going. I could tell when people's for me, for the channel, for the cause, and I could tell when they're making their moves. And I'm tired. I work very hard. Been doing this for 3 years. (939-938-937). This is for Sipping with Green Eyes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sipping Green Eyes. You're in there. There's your numbers right there. 939-938-937. Why did they take the sound away? You hearing it? No, I don't hear it. They seeing that they don't have the sound. They're saying that they don't have the sound, but guess what? There's other officers that has the, they had their cam on. So there is some sound. Not all officers didn't have their cams on. You feel me? Not all officers turned their stuff off. Why always do this to black people? So many different races in the USA. But yet again, all this madness is happening to black. We have turned it to an easy target. We have. We have. But you know why we have? There's a reason why we have. We fight amongst each other. We come and we expect the other person to give me something. And if you don't, like if you don't lift me up, then I will pull you down. You can lift someone up and it's just never enough. So you have a division between African American people. They think that they're fighting amongst, they're thinking they're fighting a cause, and then they end up fighting each other. They end up fighting each other. I'm going to tell you this situation right now, you guys. I wanted you guys to see that because it's going to become really huge. It's almost like the Breonna case. There's another situation going on too. I was going to share that with you guys. You understand what I'm saying? But hold on. Hold on. I want you guys to notice how people have been coming in here and shouting out their own channel. There's a reason why I took out the panel part. Doing too much. I've let a lot go by. And I'm just done with it. I'm done with it. I had helped that young lady. I hate to say I had helped her. She had 60-something. We gave her 300. To do that, don't do that. I don't know if he was banging and saying that he couldn't breathe. But I tell you what. It seemed like it was just a casual conversation. When I say I'm done, I'm done. When I say I'm done, I'm done. I don't need no explanation. When I say I'm done, I'm done. I let too much go by, and I'm done. Too many police officers across the board are just sorry, and they should not be when they have the authority to kill citizens. It's just now getting to be 5 o'clock. And like one say, it's your channel. Exactly. Yes, I did, Kawana. Thank you very much. SP, do your thing. Girl, Cheryl CC, do your thing. Girl. Somebody's calling me from an 832. I wonder what they want to say. This is SP.
Hello?
Yes.
This is Gwen from Houston, Texas.
Hey, Gwen.
I just want to say hi and sorry to see you so upset with whoever's calling and doing bad things to you. And you just need to keep there behind. And you keep it up. And I'm sorry for that young man losing his life. I'm a retired nurse, and it's just very sad.
It is.
Good luck with your show and kick their butts.
Thank you. Bye-bye. See, a lot of you guys don't see what goes on in the back. And it's okay. It's okay. But uh-oh, they're calling me again. This is SP. She must have hit it again. But I wanted to share that with you. I didn't know how long it was going to take. She says, I'm going to miss the panel, but I understand. Oh, we're going to have the panel, but we're going to have to make it where like, like people are up there for the right reason instead of they just, you know what I'm saying? They're up there for the right reason, for the conversation instead of, we do shout outs. But, I don't just let somebody just do what they want to do over here. No, I don't care how much you got to say. I don't care what your name is. I don't care how close we are. No. I've had this conversation and time again. And, when you're doing too much, you're doing too much. I don't go in nobody's channel. Have any of you guys, let's talk about this real quick. Have anybody in here, period, anybody in here ever seen me go to somebody's channel shouting out this channel? Have you seen me get on somebody's panel talking about SP News Nugget? Y'all come and visit. Nope. Have you seen me going in somebody's chat telling people, well, you can come over to my channel or I'm going live or win anything? Have you guys seen that? Have you ever? I've been invited, and when we do a one-on-one or something, but I have shouted out people in their channels. We have grew channels, and we know what to do to grow channels. But you will not come over here taking anything. You will not. There's other, Naomi, there is other videos. Hold on. There is other videos. None of them is with sound. None of them is with sound. Yeah, there's other videos saying, okay, this is what. None of them is with sound. The police has not released the sound. Yes. Little stuff like that. When you let little stuff go and then people get really, and, whatever. Okay, let's get back to the topic, you guys. A lot of it is, like, it's Miss Dee Dee says, shake it off. I'm shaking it off. I'm shaking it off. I've only heard good about you. Even John Q mentions you. Okay, yep, I know he does. I only say good things about a person. And when I can't say something good, I don't say nothing at all. I said enough was enough. That's all I can say. Enough is enough. Doing too much. Even after I helped. Doing way too much. Very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, very disrespectful. Anyway, they don't want people to hear them being nasty. So you think, she says, I want to see Mike Epps. You can see Mike Epps. Let me see. Okay, you seen Mike Epps. So you guys, I just wanted you guys. Okay, we're gonna get off of that topic, you guys. We're gonna get off that topic. That's a done deal. That's done and over with. You know, I mean, people, you know, it's weird. I just want to say this because, you know, I know some people think there's only one way, and this is a spiritual thing, how to get into heaven. I mean, you know, some people believe there's all different kind of ways. That's what Oprah says. You can get in heaven all kind of ways. You just got to be a good person or something. I'm like, hey, hold on. I know that you know, you the queen and everything, Oprah, but there's only but one way, and I don't care who you are. You're not going to get me to believe that. I'm going to believe what I want to believe. You can believe what you want to believe. But when people trying to go through the back door and go through the window and act like they're your friend and, you know, and all this other stuff, and you're doing way too much, you know, it's like, come on, calm down, chill out. You're doing too much. And now you're getting bold with it. No. You know what I'm saying? You can, you know, there's a scripture in the Bible. You can't go into a strong person's house and just take over and do what you want to do. When you're dealing with a strong person, a strong personality, I believe I do have a strong personality. I don't know if you guys think I do. Y'all think, oh, SP, people get over you all the time. If I want them to. I do have a very strong personality. Very, very strong. I don't let just people walk in my house and tell me to go sit down. Now, had it been Heath Harris or something, say, hurry up and go give me such and such, that'd be different. That's different. But I don't let somebody tell me what to do in my own home. No, we don't do that. We don't do that. She says, I think you got string boundaries, SP. I've got boundaries, but everybody already know the boundaries. But I always hear, I wasn't trying to do this. I didn't mean for that. I know exactly what you meant. Because see, one thing about me is, you know what? I already know, already been down your road. So I know I don't take people be like, I didn't understand or something. No, I didn't mean it for like that. You meant for exactly the way it was. That's what you meant. You meant that. But if you like to do what you do, go to somebody else's channel and do it. Don't come over here and do it. And you will get cussed out on another channel. You will get cussed out on another channel. You know what I'm saying? That is just so rude. After a person even help, don't do it. I don't like to call people out, but then you tested me on public, so now I have to chastise you publicly, which I don't want to do. Just don't do it. Layla says, calm and collected. You don't like the extra drama. No, I do not. The rules are told right before the show. You know why? Because we know the drama that comes with people doing stuff. Now, here we were having a full conversation about a situation that's going on, and somebody's in there. Come to the live. I'm going to go live. You can go on my panel. We can do the such and such. They all in a full conversation. Then got so comfortable about it. I'm trying to talk to the people that come over here that knows that I come on at certain time, come in early. We're sharing and everything. And they're over there doing some mischief. I don't know. I just seen parts of it. Hey, this is SP.
birthday, and I want to put the smile on your face, regardless what these heifers come and do in the panel, playing they all for you. But no, and you know what they are, and I will turn on and tell you, they are nothing but bitches in the kitchen.
Right.
And these are the worst ones in SP. Why I'm telling you that? They will sit down, they'll run by the grocery for you, they'll bring the food, they'll cook it for you, they'll sit down by the table eating it with you, and these son of a bitches, excuse my French, putting poison in the food for you. And that's just what they were trying to do to you. But you know what? You gave them enough rope to hang themselves.
Yeah.
That's your platform. And no matter how much they try to be nice to you, or else, no, you catch them in the long run.
Hold on, let me take a picture. Let me take a picture of this right here. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
It was just a matter of time.
Yeah, I've got people in the chat right now. I got Pez in the chat. She says, I come over here to get away from that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We ain't trying to be all in that drama. No. No.
Right. It was just a matter of time. Remember, they are just bitches in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And on that point, I want to sing you a happy birthday because you know what? Me and you roll together.
Okay.
We are the 69. I'm a concert just like you.
Okay. Let me give Tani her ticket real quick. You gonna sing happy birthday to me?
Oh yes, I sure will.
Okay. Tani, this is your ticket 064. Okay. You gonna sing happy birthday to me?
Yes, I'm not Luther Vandross. I'm not Pantilla Bear. I'm just Mark Sugar Mama.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Esty. Happy birthday to you.
Right.
And you will live to see many, many more.
Thank you.
Now, as a matter of fact, the whole month is your birthday.
Yeah, that's how we do it in our family. We celebrate the birthday the whole month.
And tomorrow is my birthday, God's will. And on midnight, I will be getting up and giving just thanks and praises. And the whole month is my birthday. I don't drink and I don't smoke, but you know what? I'll be filled with the Holy Spirit.
Right.
Amen. So you know what? Don't let them spoil your joy.
Oh no, they haven't spoiled my joy. It was just I really wanted the people, to know about this other case and all of this other stuff is going on, and it's distracted me. It's like I couldn't even stay on, and and I don't even want to hear no excuse because I'm just done with it. I'm just done. I'm just done. And I'll hear this from another channel how wrong I was, but you know what? I'm just done. I'm to the point where if I got to tell a person something, I mean, I make sure everybody know at the beginning, like don't even come playing like that. We work hard for what we got over here, and if you're doing something great, we try to help out, but you doing shiesty stuff like that, that's just too much for me. Too much for me. It's like just too much. Just too much.
These are the kind of folks that sleeping in one eye closed, one eye open. Okay? We don't need that.
Keisha.
We definitely don't need that.
065. Yep.
Okay? Hey, smile. Don't let them rain on your parade because you know what? You use one, you're gaining 1,000.
Right, you're right.
And on that note, I want to wish you happy belated
Thank you.
and the world finds it. Put on your heels, your boxers, hey, sing it, you roll it.
Right.
Much love to you and your mom doing a fabulous job.
All right. Thank you.
Who don't like it, kid? Don't sing on it.
Right. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Let me go back in the chat.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Anyway, Bertha Williams, I do have some tickets here. Bertha, do you want your tickets? It's in Texas, honey, Bertha. It's in Texas. I got some tickets here for you, Bertha. I'm going to go in and give you your tickets. 864-865, 866, 867 twice. And then you've got 868 twice. That's your name on the back. I've been holding them for a while. I still got some tickets sitting here. So, yeah, right. Anyway, no trolls allowed. We got love in Jesus, she said. We got love in Jesus. So anyway, SP has to address things when she feels it's time. Yes, I do. I did have to address that. I did have to address that. I really did. And I will address many more if it happens again. I really will. Because I've done already divided up the channel more than once. I don't plan to somebody just do whatever they do. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm doing fine, infamous truth teller. I'm doing just fine. She says, Salem, Heath Harris may need us to carry Huda got a thing for Heath Harris. Huda got a thing for Heath Harris. My. They need to stay on their own channel. T-Star said they need to stay on their own channel. Exactly. There's a young man right now. I don't even want to say his name. And I give him kudos because he started from the bottom. He's been working. Everybody wants something for free. Everybody want to hurry up and get it. You hurry up and give it to me. And if you don't, I'll be like a snake and just kind of willow in and say what I want to say, type what I want to type, and do the things I want to do. This man, I thought to myself, I was like, he's a nice looking man. He's a nice looking man, okay? And we talked a couple of times. I enjoy his content. I went over there one time, been on his panel, said what I wanted to say, came down and left. You know what I'm saying? And this is you guys know his name starts with an N and it ends with a B. That's his channel, right? No, Huda, I'm not talking about Heath Harris, not right now. I'm talking about a content creator. He called himself, he was down there in the Las Vegas thing. Guess what? His channel is up and running with the people that loves his content about gangs and what's going on in the streets and everything. Right? Some people may like that content. Some people don't like that content. But what I'm trying to tell you is he got the right audience for what he's talking about. And he's doing well. He ain't asking nobody for nothing. He's doing very well for himself. He ain't running into other people's channel trying to get all of that. He's putting his content out there. He comes on every day. He talks his talk. He does what he does, and people find him. And he's growing his channel, and he's grown it quickly. He's grown it quickly. Yes. I got nothing but so much respect. He ain't asking nobody for nothing. He's growing his channel and they loving his content because he's who he is. Why people can't do that? Why people just can't do that? If your content ain't working, ain't no need of you having other people's subscribers coming over there to you. Go live. Do what you do. Don't be doing that shiesty stuff. I'm not with it. That's putting in work. Everybody mess up. Everybody gonna make it work. Down the road, they're gonna make it work. She says that is the beauty of YouTube. There's something for every interest. Exactly. I tell you what. Yes. What works for you may not work for somebody else. If someone helps you get started or give you something to help, take that and just bounce and go do you whatever. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep dragging them down. Then they'll be where you at. You sitting over there thinking you can't even keep the content. No, but you're bringing attention to it now because you're writing in caps, which is a rule that we don't allow people to yell. That does not get my attention. It annoys me when people write in caps because everybody is on equal basis here. And if that's, what kind of call is this? I ain't never seen a call like this before. I'm scared to answer it. So when you write in caps, you're breaking one of the things because everybody always says, the Maz is saying, please do not do that. So you said, oh, I'm sorry, I'm bringing attention to it. You're bringing attention to it because guess what? You're writing in caps. You want to bring attention to it. I'm not trying to bring attention to it. I'm not trying to. I'm not talking about you, infamous truth teller. Miss C Blue says, happy birthday. Here's you one, Miss C. I got you right here. See, I don't like all the games and stuff. I don't like that. 065. 065. Misty Blue. I don't like all that game stuff. I just don't. That's is actually, we really want people to be in here 30 and above. Age is nothing but a number because they can be 30 and above and they still don't act like it. They still don't want to act like it. They want to act like somebody owe them something. I don't owe nobody nothing. Nothing, nobody, nothing. No, just don't.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Misty Blue. Thank you for that. Thank you for the super chat. And I got your ticket in there. Yeah. I didn't even want to bring that out, but it was just going to get worse and worse and worse. I've been ignoring some things and ignoring it. And but I had to take care of it. You guys, I just had to take care of it. And I'm not mad at nobody. I just want you guys to know I'm a little bit upset with myself because I let it get to me where I wanted to talk about and stay on. Now it's done taken over. It's like infested. It's like a virus. It just take over the whole conversation, which I have to apologize to everybody in here because I really wanted to just talk about this Marvin Scott because I know you guys have not been hearing what's been going on, and the family is wanting awareness. They want justice, and they want the world to know what's done happened to their loved one. And then we got somebody in here playing games. So I'm a little bit frustrated. That's what I'm frustrated about. Huda says, SP, I'm mad with the knee after George Floyd. Exactly. Shelly said, happy birthday, SP. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I know. Let me get your ticket, Shelly. I know. But, you know, here's the thing. Here's your number right here, 064, Shelly. Thank you for the super chat. This is one of the channels. Let me give you a super chat dance real quick.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. I know. Like I said, I'm not mad at the young lady. I'm mad at myself because I let it go on a little bit too longer than what it should have in other chats. But you know, you just be like, surely they're not doing this. Surely they're not doing this, but they are. So now we have to address it. Oh, wow. Anyway, I did want to talk about the Marvin Scott. I'll just have to come back another day and talk about it. You know, if that's okay with you guys, because I couldn't even present it right anyway. If that's okay with you guys. Rita says that, okay, so Rita says, shoot, y'all tripping. She talking about it. She said the particular hold on the person has been outlawed. Come on. Outlawed a long time ago. That's what I'm talking about. Outlawed a long time ago. But when you have that person in there whose intent is to that will, that particular hold on person has been outlawed long time ago. But when you have that person in there whose intent is to that will. Really? Oh, Infamous says, birthday to you. Happy birthday. Thank you. Infamous ITT. Here's your number right here, 066. There's your number, 066. Got you in there. That poor family, I can't even imagine the pain they're going. You know what? But listen to this. This is what I wanted to share with you guys before we get off of there. That she says, yes, I want to hear more about the case. Yes, Mary. I wanted to share it, and I had to stop in the middle of it. But their family came on today, and that's what I want. I was trying to find. I was trying to find where the family came on today, and it had me in tears. But let me see if I can find it one more time. I'm just gonna try it one more time, you guys. I'm just gonna try it one more time. Oh, family, here it is right here.
To seeing the video with the public before. We've called this press conference today because now the video is out into the public. And we first want to thank Sheriff Skinner. Sheriff Skinner met with his family the day after Marvin was killed, and he promised that the video would be released as soon as he possibly could release it. We wanted to see this video out in the public's hands much sooner, preferably prior to presentation to the grand jury. But we know that this was the soonest possible time that Chief Skinner's office was permitted under the laws of the state of Texas to release the video, and he kept his word. And it's really important to this family because we believe that by the public having a chance to review this video for our experts now, as we prepare for our civil rights claim, to have a chance to review the evidence and compare it to the statutes both in the state of Texas and the federal statutes, specifically the Americans with Disabilities Act, the ADA, which we believe was clearly violated in Marvin's handling and ultimately his death. The other thing that we want to address is the grand jury invited the family to sort of a review. They didn't actually give us the parameters for what review they imagined, but they understood that something went horribly wrong, and we appreciate that understanding.
This is the attorney. This is Lee Merritt. Lee Merritt was also the attorney for, you remember the young lady that was in Fort Worth? I think it was Fort Worth, when the police, somebody had called in and said something was going on in the house. The lights been on, the doors been open, and they went over there and they shot first, and she was taking care of her nephew, and they killed the young lady. Remember that happened? This is the same attorney that represented her. He's very well known into representing cases like this, you guys. I'm hoping you guys can hear me, right? Because I don't know if you guys can hear me.
And they invited this community of McAllen County to participate in a review of these events to ensure that no other family is exposed to this kind of danger. Our family adamantly accepts that invitation. We will be working with the McAllen County Grand Jury to review the death of Marvin Scott III and to come up with community-based solutions that may fall outside of the courtroom, but it's something that we certainly want to pursue. We are meeting with members of the Department of Justice now that this evidence is available in the public realm. The U.S. Attorney.
Family member in here says the affidavit says the grand jury did not indict, so it is a civil suit.
His office and the members of the FBI, we still believe that criminal accountability for the men involved is appropriate, and we believe that although the wheels of justice often turn slow, and a federal review will include a significant period of time, unfortunately, I can't demarcate what that is. It is the appropriate next step, and is what we're pushing for as a family. With that said, I am opening up questions behind me as Marvin's mother, his nephews, his father.
I want you guys to listen to his mother before we get off of here today. I really want you guys to listen to what the mother is going to say, because I'm going to share this with you guys. Any one of us could be in this situation with our kids, with our grandkids, our nieces, our nephews, our uncles. Any one of us could be in this situation. So I want everyone to really pay attention to the mom. Okay. Thank you, Wanda. I'll give you your tickets before Wanda. Here's your numbers, Wanda. Is 067. I don't know if you can see it, but I don't know. But I put your name on it on both of these tickets, Wanda. Thank you for becoming a member.
And his sisters, you all can direct questions at any of them at your will.
So as a part of this review, we requested the final autopsy multiple times, and they pointed us to the AG. Were they able to see the final toxicology? Are you able to see all that?
Yeah, and it's important that you, and this is why I mentioned the Attorney General's office being another step of accountability in addition to the Department of Justice. The Attorney General's office is still blocking crucial evidence in this case. The autopsy, at the time that this case does go to trial and proceeds before a federal court, is going to become critically important. All of that evidence has not been released to us yet. We continue to seek it through the power of subpoena once we file a civil suit, and we continue to request it through the Attorney General's office.
You haven't seen it?
We have not.
It wasn't presented to the grand jury before this. I was just assuming that they had seen all of the evidence.
Unfortunately, we're not privy to what exactly was presented to the grand jury because it's a secret process. I don't know how a grand jury, knowing the evidence that we have, could come to the conclusion that there was no criminal misconduct. And so it's my assumption that whatever was presented to the grand jury was lacking. All right.
When you talk about these community-based solutions, what could have changed the outcome?
Oh, there were 1,000 opportunities to save Marvin's life here. From the moment that the Allen Outlet Mall noticed that he was in mental health crisis, instead of calling law enforcement, we encourage our businesses to call non-emergency personnel, preferably mental health workers, or to show a little compassion, offer him some water, ask to call his family. We'll start there in terms of a community solution. And it's important because the governor of Texas has said that we are in a mental health crisis, meaning regular citizens will come into contact with people in crisis on a regular basis, and that there's another solution for these kind of encounters other than law enforcement interference, because those often have deadly consequences. Law enforcement could have taken Marvin Scott to a mental health treatment facility. They took him to a hospital. They took him to a hospital that was overcrowded, that was not prepared to deal with his particular issue. In the midst of a pandemic, they treated him like another number and not someone in mental health crisis. That hospital concluded that he was fit for custody. We believe that was an inappropriate finding, that the doctors at Allen Presbyterian should be called to answer for releasing someone who was in clear acute distress and saying that they were cleared for custody as opposed to directing them towards a mental health facility. Once he got to the Collin County Jail, again, the amount of opportunities that professionals had to identify Marvin's crisis and deal with the appropriate abound. We see that in the over 2 hours of videos of him in custody. You can see him slowly deteriorating. And instead of being met with compassion, instead of having a mental health professional speak to him there, he was dealt with brutality. He was treated violently and hostilely. He was covered with a spit hood, inappropriate in this situation. He was pepper sprayed. It was completely inappropriate and uncalled for in the situation. An unlawful chokehold was applied to his throat, one that everyone agrees was unlawful. Regardless, although the criminal case hasn't gone forward, all of those many failings we think are appropriate for review to figure out how we can stop this kind of thing from happening.
I want to hear from the family. Somebody should have gave him a towel.
Mm-hmm. It was denied by the Collin County Prosecutor's office. That denial was backed by the Attorney General's office. However, the state does allow, at the completion of their investigation, for the sheriff's office to release it. The sheriff, Skinner, agreed that he would.
Yes. Infamous, true. Yeah. Where the lady was playing, he is the attorney, where the lady was playing video games with her nephew and they came in and shot her. He was one of the attorneys, Lee Merritt. He's a very good attorney, on top of that, to be honest with you.
This is my cue to ask my question, I guess. You've seen this video. I know you can probably point to many parts where you feel...
Very intelligent man.
What is the most egregious part of that video that you think people need to hone in on?
It was that Marvin Scott was punished for being in a mental health crisis. It wasn't that the officers failed to identify the mental health crisis. It wasn't that they misinterpreted the mental health crisis. They identified him as someone in crisis. And instead of treating him compassionately from the moment that they opened the door, they chose to do a suspect control maneuver, which was stick his hands through the key. Now that's no through a hole. You can see that in the video. Now that's normal. You get them in restraints, and that way they're not a danger to themselves or others. From that moment on, they bent his arm and they contorted his arm in a way that was extremely painful, quickly escalating this encounter into something that was going to be combative. It was combative because of the methods that they used, not because of any disposition of Marvin Scott III. And so just to know that it seems to be the policy of Collin County to punish people in mental health crisis, to abuse people in mental health crisis as if that's the appropriate tactic. That was really disturbing for me.
Wow.
Yeah, Marvin, again, he didn't engage in any self-injuring behavior and any behavior that would injure others. He at times expressed some disassociation with proximity. In other words, he got into people's space, but there was no need for violence. There was no need for restraint. Certainly not a restraint bed, and the tactics that were applied were not only negligent, they were criminal.
So we only saw the 40 minutes where he walked in, starts in where some sort of distress is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's a nice looking attorney. Yes, he speaks very well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't even been able to bring myself to watch the 40 minutes that you all. I don't know what you all watched. I watched over 2 hours of video.
Oh, he watched 2 hours.
So we likely saw more than what you. Prior to that, again, there was no violent encounter. He was first in a public cell with 7 other inmates. There, he rocked, he sweated, he danced, he smiled, he laughed in a way that didn't seem appropriate for the setting. And so he was moved to an isolation cell. In that cell, he began to strip. Again, not injuring himself or others. There was no point in that video, in the entirety of the video that we saw, that called for a violent interference. Yeah.
This is on Fox News, you guys. I think this is Fox. Let me see. Who's ABC? ABC 8.
No, unfortunately, the family has had to fight a lot of this.
Is he married?
We have no idea what was being said to him. We can tell from the actions that if their words match their actions, it probably wasn't appropriate. We've heard.
I want to hear his
wife. Marvin screaming for his life, saying how much pain that he was in, and asking the men, please get off of him.
Yes. Sure. Okay, here she go. Here we go. Here's the mom right here.
Yes, Lysandra Scott, L.A., capital S-A-N-D-R-A, Scott, S-C-O-T-T.
Now that we've all seen the video,
Mm-hmm.
I remember, when you saw it about a month ago, you were beside yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
Why
Yes.
did you want everyone else to see it?
Because we, as a community, need to know how citizens are treated in any aspect, especially in custody. So, Big Marvin and I, we gave consent for the public to see. Although the public has not viewed 5 hours of the video as well as we did, the video has been edited, so you cannot really follow along in consistency about what really has happened. My son came up for air like about 3 times during the video, and the individual that grabbed his head and started doing these illegal maneuvers, up under his throat, that was criminal. That was unnecessary. Being pepper sprayed, and immediately a spit hood goes over his head, and that reduces your oxygenation in conjunction with those illegal maneuvers. So I'm very disappointed about how the grand jury came up with their conclusion. So what I would like to say is that maybe they didn't have enough evidence presented before then. Because if you edit a little bit of the video, you may not get the full picture about what's going on. Yes, absolutely. He was killed by these jailers. I think it was a sheriff, a lieutenant, detentional officers. It was excessive force. He was definitely killed. He was smothered to death. He suffered. He suffered. Unacceptable. Collin County does not want these type of numbers on their books. He was killed. He was actually killed. He was killed. And nobody is being held accountable. Unacceptable. So they want to do him as a case study, like, okay, you guys get to go home to your family. Don't worry about it. We got this covered. No, he was killed. He walked in alive and he left dead. Killed. Killed. We're outraged. We're outraged. Unacceptable.
What has changed for you all since this video has been made public?
This is life-changing. Absolutely.
But now the rest of the community has seen it. What does that change for you all?
It brings awareness that how people are treated as citizens. Even a dog couldn't have survived the brutality that went on that faulty bed, pepper spray, spit hood on you, the way that he was handled, the jailers mishandling him. I could point out at least half of them that needed to be indicted and convicted. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody's responsible for their actions for my son on that bed. First of all, he should have never been on the bed. Going back to when he first was arrested in Allen, he shouldn't have. When he was arrested in Allen, okay, the officers, they did take him to the hospital. He should have never made it to custody. He should have gotten the appropriate treatment. Yeah. The evaluation to send him to a mental health facility. Okay? That didn't happen. So it was a cascade of failures. And so when you get him here and the jury does not see that there is a crime committed, something's wrong with the system. That's right. Something's absolutely wrong with the system. My son was killed by these individuals. Do you understand? Okay? He was murdered. He was killed brutally. He was killed. You can't say that that's a normal practice for inmates to be pulled by the head, to scoot you up in the bed and keep pressing up under your chin while the spit hood is on, while your oxygenation is being compromised. This is horrible. And for these individuals to go home to their family after we did Easter and Mother's Day and 4th of July, they just get to sit back and say, oh, we made it. We made it through. Nothing's going to happen. But, oh, God, yes.
Has support from the community been different since the community has been able to see this video?
Well, it's very fresh and new right now. So it just been released. So we'll have to see what happens next. You know, going federal would be the appropriate thing, our next step. So hopefully they're able to dig into the details. And then here's what I believe. Like, I'm going to reiterate that I don't believe that there was enough evidence presented at the grand jury, because anybody could see, a child could see that this was a horror movie, that they're trying to kill him. And they were successful with that. How do they sleep at night knowing that they mishandled someone?
How are you all doing?
We're not doing good. We're not doing good. To have your son, I hadn't seen him in a week when this happened. To go up to a funeral home and examine his body with the bruises on him and look at him laying there. I had to go into another zone and look at him and say, oh my goodness, I can't, it's unimaginable. It feels like a bad dream, and it still is one. And to have his body shipped home to St. Louis, okay?
This is
and
the
to go through
mother,
that whole process again.
This is the mother speaking.
It's horrible. And I do also want to say, and just not kind of, bringing up Mike Brown. Their family didn't get an indictment. That's where we're from. Mike Brown body sits at St. Peter's Cemetery, as well as my son body sits at St. Peter's Cemetery in St. Louis. The injustice. This is awful. Absolutely awful. To have to bury my child. Awful. Awful. And people get to go home. Now there needs to be a case study about Marvin Scott III. Oh, you guys, y'all did bad. But don't worry about it. You get to go home. No. Justice will prevail. Right. Justice will prevail. You cannot turn a blind eye on the situation at all. It's wrong. It's wrong.
What's the process for appealing on a federal level? And is there anything tried by the local grand jury?
Yeah. So to be clear, the case before the federal court is not on appeal. It's a case of first impression. We believe that there are unique federal laws that were violated, constitutional laws that were violated, as well as criminal statutes that apply. Now, we're not going to do the work of the federal prosecutors who are currently reviewing the case, but that case is they get to start anew. They don't adopt or.
Okay. Everybody. Okay, let's get into some of this. ITT infamous. Here's your number right here, 068. Infamous Truth. There's your number. Tiffany Drake. Here's all three of your numbers. Tiffany Drake, 069 twice, 070. Barbara Cohen. Here's your number right here, 068. Barbara. And I got Wanda's right here, 067 twice. Thank you guys for the super chat.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So what do you guys think? There was 5 more minutes. The attorney was speaking on the minute. I wanted you guys to hear the mother. I felt sometimes in a lot of that interview, the mother was finna lose it, and she kept it together. You seen the daughter that was behind her. She lost it a couple of times. Y'all talking about how good looking the man is. The man is good looking, though. They are. They are good looking. They are good looking. Let me see what's going on here. They are good looking. Okay. Yes. Mom stood up. I hope that all my beautiful sisters. What did you say? I hope that all my beautiful sisters and handsome brothers are doing well tonight. We're doing very well. We're doing very well. Thank you. Thank you. She reminds me of Trayvon mom for some, yeah. Now, if you remember, I think this attorney actually helped in the Trayvon Martin situation. I know he was there. I don't know if he was the number one attorney, but I remember that he was there. I'm pretty sure of it. He was there. He did help out a little bit. Barbara became a member, and she's a ruby, emerald. Okay, Barbara, I got you. Keith said, I've seen his face before. Yeah, he worked on a lot. I'm trying to get your tickets together for you, Barbara. Here's your numbers right here. 935 twice, 936 twice. Barbara. Thank you, Barbara. She said, I'm a member. All right. Thank you, Barbara. Okay, what you guys got to say? We're finna get off here. We've been on here way more than what we were supposed to. SP, where did you get that watch purse, if you don't mind me asking? Where did I get it at? To be honest with you, I don't even remember. You want to see it? I don't even... Actually, we got two of them. We got two of them. We got two of those. Let me show it to you before we go. These are Ashley. It says Ashley Princess. You can look at something. It actually says your watch and wallet comes with a 1-year warranty against defects and workmanship with regular use. If it needs to be replaced, please send the watch back to address below with copy of the purchase receipt, your full name, address, and $8 by the check or the money order to cover the shipping and handling to Royal Time, New York. So you got to send this back to New York, you guys. I'm just letting you know. If something goes wrong with this watch or your wallet, this is a Ashley Princess that it has a year warranty on it. If you guys wanted to know, let me put it back on over there. I just want you guys to know that stuff wasn't like a lot of people thinking, oh, some of it's just no. A lot of that stuff is really expensive stuff. Sugar Mama said George Floyd all over. Exactly. Exactly. Keith says the watch and the purse. Yeah, we've got two of them. We got one that's coming in December too. We got two of them. I think those were donated. I'm not for sure. So I want to make sure. Anyway, I'm wondering too. Anyway, you guys, I just wanted everyone to see what the mom did and how the mom spoke on her son. Like I said, we're gonna follow that case. I'm gonna get off of here. And I want to thank everybody. And if I was wrong in something, you guys, I don't know. But if something rubbed you the wrong way, I just accept my apologies. And I want to thank Barbara for becoming a new member. Tina just already said it for us. Thank you, Tina. I want to thank everyone. Actually, I see Tiffany Drake is in the building. Thank you, Tiffany, for being in here. And I think we all got some feelings going on right now. So I'm going to get on off of here. And I know I'm going to have to handle some business. So you guys be good, be safe, and Be nice to each other. I'm going to try to be nice too. All right. Be good. Tyrese Gibson disappeared August the 22nd, 2020. He was last seen at his residence, picked up by a young lady named Brianna. 4 suspects have been arrested in the disappearance of Tyrese Gibson. The 4th suspect will be tried as an adult. Any information can help. If you know anything, please call Jacksonville Police Department, 903-586-2549. If you see something, say something.